My name's Annie, I'm from londonerandsydney.com, and today I'm going to be showing you everything that I went through with the elemental diet. Make sure you watch it to the end because I tell you what happened after the diet, what I ended up doing and what I'm currently doing now to try and control having SIBO. I found this video really confronting and quite emotional to make. I wanted to document the entire experience because I thought maybe it might help other people who are thinking about whether to do this diet, would probably have a lot of the same questions as me, such as, first of all, what's it going to taste like? Because I read lots on the internet that it was going to taste pretty disgusting. And was it actually going to work? Was I going to see any results? And was it worth actually doing? Let's go to day one, where we can find out what it actually tastes like. So here goes. Alright, so it says thoroughly mix each level scoop in 4 to 8 ounces. This is my food for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to try this with a straw. It's actually not that bad. It tastes like protein powder, to be honest. This is 2 weeks just drinking this, so let's see how we get on. So we're on day 2 today of the elemental diet. I just thought I'd show you how I take this to work. So I've got my protein shaker, and then I put each meal into a bag, so it's really easy just to mix up with water in the shaker, and then I'm done, and then I don't get asked too many questions about it because it just looks like I'm drinking a protein shake. Feeling a billion times better already. A lot of my swollenness has gone down. I can't believe it's only been a day. I'm finding it quite easy. I'm not finding it difficult at all. I'm really impressed with it so far. I'm not even that hungry, and yet they seem to be filling me up, which is amazing really. Another 12 more days to go after this day. Let's see how we get on. Had the shakes quite a bit today. This morning I felt really good, and then yeah, I started to have the shakes a bit, so I didn't really get my words out either with work. It was a bit embarrassing, but interesting side effects. Yeah, that's day 2. Last night I got the shakes, they just came on all of a sudden. I thought I was going to pass out, so I went to bed. I was feeling really sick. This morning I didn't feel too good either, so I worked from home today. It's been okay today. I've started to have diarrhea now. Feeling a bit lightheaded as well. But yeah, that's my day 3. But today's day 6 and I feel a lot better. And I feel like I'm getting somewhere. My jeans are actually starting to feel loose, which is amazing because just a week ago I was so swollen that I couldn't even wear them. My waist has actually gone down about an inch, but I measured the fullest part of my stomach and that hasn't changed, which is a bit weird. But today I'm going to go and do a market and sell some of my clothes, and I've got all my drinks with me, and I just hope I'm going to be okay with it. Then it's 3 o'clock. It's been quite difficult, so I'm starting to flag a bit, but we'll be over in 1 hour. Yeah, so it's day 8 today. I feel like as soon as I woke up, something just completely changed in me. I feel a lot lighter. I measured myself again on my waist. Nothing's changed, which is weird, but I feel a big change in me. I don't feel like it's gone at all yet. I don't know how much longer that's going to take, considering I've got another 6 days yet to go. I really have that emotional attachment to food as much as I did before. Not really missing food now. It is getting a bit bland, drinking the same thing all day, every day. But apart from that, it's all right. So I feel like I'm coming through the other side now, which is fantastic. Day 9 today, and I'm feeling 100 times better. It's actually gone down. I measured it this morning. It's gone down by about half an inch, which is amazing. Biggest thing is lots of people at work noticed today as well. They said that I genuinely looked a lot slimmer. I feel like I actually feel a bit more like me again, which has been a very long time since I felt like that. Right now I've got about 6 more days extra of the diet left over. Thinking about whether to continue on to 20 days. That being said, it's day 9 today, so let's see how I go over the next 5 days. We'll reassess then. But yeah, I feel like something's finally starting to happen, which is amazing. Oh, that feels really good. I think, I'm not sure if the diet is just really starting to kick in. I had a bit of diarrhea today at work, but now I just feel really not well. I'm getting like stomach cramps and feeling a bit like I'm going to pass out. But I want to document this so you'd be able to see what I'm going through and kind of what to expect as well. So it's day 9, so I did read somewhere that the diet was meant to happen between day 8 and day 12, so it's quite interesting getting these symptoms now. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to go because I need to lie down. Day 11 today. I've been in the city running around trying to find something, and I thought it was going away. I thought I was killing this off, but in actual fact I've realised that it's actually still here. And even though I've lost a lot of weight on my waist, so about 2 inches off my waist, which is amazing, I know my stomach's still there, and I'm on day 11 now. I'm meant to only be on it for 14 days. The likelihood of it being killed off in 4 days' time is, I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm going to have to continue it on. My worst feeling is that I'm going to finish this and it's not going to go, which will mean there's something else wrong with me, and it's not just SIBO. That's my biggest fear. Just nuts to think that I'm going to go 20 days without eating. That's insane. Like, that's just crazy. In my situation, I actually feel like I'm getting a fear of food now, like, because I've been through so many diets, and I just don't know what I can eat anymore because it just flares up so quickly, and it's horrible. So it's day 12 today, and I'm not doing too good today. I feel really emotional. My stomach actually has gone up today, which is really gutting. Like, it's increased in size again, and I find that every time I drink this drink, it stirs my stomach up even more. So this is my life right now, just drinking this. That's it. What I've really noticed is, like, in the mornings, just like it was before, my stomach would be a lot smaller, and then throughout the day it just gets bigger and bigger, and I think, God, I haven't eaten for 12 days and it's still this big. Like, what is going on? I feel really crap. I feel like I just don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I'm just trapped in my own body. Can't eat anything, and I don't know what to eat. I just think that anyone else is going through this, like, maybe you might understand more how it's been for me. But yeah, it's pretty horrible. I'm in better states today, not crying now, because like the last few days have been so emotional. This whole process has been such a roller coaster. Day 17 today, just on my way to work. I feel so much better than I have done actually this entire time, the entire 17 days. Like, my stomach's gone down loads today. It's not as painful at all. Like, the last few days were pretty painful. Yeah, I feel much better, which is amazing. Okay, it's day 21 today, which means I've made it to 3 weeks on this diet of just drinking this and herbal teas, which are pretty much all I've had is peppermint tea for the entire 3 weeks. And it's insane to think that I've actually done it for this long. And we were just sat in a cafe, and Steve was just eating lunch, and I was just having my tea. I was fine. Like, I'm drinking tea. Like, I honestly do miss food. I miss the emotional side. I miss the excitement that you get when you're about to eat. I really miss that. But yeah, like, if I think back to a week ago, I was in a lot of pain. My stomach was ginormous. I was really upset that I'd been on it for 10, 11 days, and it just wasn't doing anything, and I really felt like it wasn't working. And now, 21 days gone, I feel like my stomach's gone down a lot more, which is great, and I'm really happy about that. But it's definitely still not gone, which is gutting. And I actually find it quite difficult to walk for long periods of time. Like, we just went to an art gallery, and I was in quite a lot of pain just walking around for like 20 minutes. And that's on my right side as well, I'm getting that pain, so I don't quite know what that is. But It'll be interesting when I eat again, but I've still got some of the powder left, so I'm going to continue on, I think, for another week if I can, and then that'll be it. So it'll be interesting to see how I am in a week's time. But today we're at on Sydney Harbour. Maybe you can see the Opera House in the background, and we're just chilling out. Day 26 today. I can't believe I've lasted 26 days on the physician's elemental diet. It hasn't been easy, hasn't been too hard. Biggest thing is probably energy levels, and it's only in the last few days I actually started to notice a bit of a difference, like the weight started to drop off. Yeah, I've lost about 4 inches off my waist, but off the fullness of my stomach I've probably lost, I think, about an inch at the very most, which is quite interesting. I had a baby shower today and that was really difficult because there's a lot of kind of moving around, trying to get that organised for my friend, and I really struggled with that. It made me realise actually that, yeah, I haven't eaten for 26 days and probably not as easy as what I've been thinking it was before. But yeah, now is due day time because I'm about to make some soup. And the reason I'm stopping the diet now is because I'm actually running out of it. Whereas before, I was only meant to do it for 14 days. I decided to continue it on because it just wasn't working. So now we're on day 26 and I've probably got about a day, maybe 2 days left at the very most of the diet. So I thought I'd transition through into eating soup. So I'm going to make pumpkin soup just because that's a soup I make quite a lot, so hopefully my stomach won't react too badly to it. But yeah, let's see how we get on. And here's to my first meal in 26 days. It's very, very exciting. Okay, this is my first meal, which is just pumpkin soup. So I'm a little bit scared, but gotta do it sometime, so let's see how I get on. The texture is really bizarre, even though it's only soup. I can't really taste anything. All I feel like I can taste is a powder drink, which is weird. That's so not as exciting as what I was hoping it was going to be. That's so disappointing. After 26 days, you think your first meal is going to taste amazing, and yeah. So I thought I'd give you a final update about how I found the elemental diet. It's now been just under 2 weeks since I finished the diet completely. Since I've edited up most of this video already, it's actually been quite confronting watching it back. And what I mean by that is watching the kind of states I was in, the tears I had, the pain I was in, the misery I was in. I mean, it was pretty bad, and it was upsetting for me to watch, and it reminded me how bad it's actually been for me. And I think if you're watching this and you have got SIBO, or you're on the elemental diet, or you're about to do the elemental diet, I think you'll understand what a process it's been having SIBO and how difficult it has been. So when I look back at the diet, like, I know I kind of said quite a lot that I didn't think it was working. We'll be retesting next week, which I'm actually quite interested to see what's going to happen. I personally still think that I still have SIBO, and the reason why is because my stomach still has that feeling that it's still there. Now that I can actually eat again, firstly, I felt much better as soon as I could start eating. It's like you have to go through the worst thing ever and so much pain while you're on the diet. And what I mean by pain is pain in my stomach, pain in my lower back, diarrhea constantly. Like, it was pretty bad. And then once I started eating, diarrhea just completely stopped. Honestly, like, obviously I had more energy, and I felt like a million times better. I started eating pumpkin soup to begin with. Then I went to soft-boiled eggs. Eggs didn't agree with me at all. And this is the most interesting part I found about doing the elemental diet, is now that my body's had to start from scratch again, it's very easy for me to pick up what works for my body and what doesn't. Whereas before, I just couldn't even tell. Like, I was doing all these crazy, like, healthy diets, and I just didn't know really what was going on. And I just felt like anything I would eat, it'd just go crazy. Whereas now I can actually see what's working and what's not. And if I find something's not working, then I just resort back to pumpkin soup again, so it settles my stomach. My stomach's by far not flat as it should be, and as it was actually at the very end of the diet, because it has increased a bit. But I feel a million times better, like, without a doubt. And if I had to recommend whether you should do this diet or not, 100% I would say do it, without a doubt, like, without a doubt, because even if it doesn't go away, you are going to reduce your symptoms dramatically, and that's what we want, really, isn't it? So the other things I learned from the diet is now I'm eating only every 4 hours. I'm not trying not to snack at all, of which I realised I used to be like quite a big snacker. So I'd always be eating bananas or nuts or whatever, really. And now I'm like, no, just give myself like at least 4 hours break in between foods, so my stomach can actually settle. And that's been a big thing. Another big thing for me has been ginger and lemongrass tea. That's really helped massively. I've never really had that much ginger tea before. I've only been like a peppermint tea drinker. But once I started on ginger tea, that's really helped a lot. Wild oil of oregano is really, really good as well. Once I started on that towards the end of the elemental diet, that's when things really started to change for me. Like, my bloating went down massively as soon as I started on it. My gut doctor put me on a prokinetic of just doing iberogast, 60 drops a night in warm water before I go to bed. But it took me like a week to finish the whole bottle because it's 60 drops, which is mad. Not too sure if that's really done anything, but to be honest, I'm going to go with whatever anyone tells me, because although it's been 2.5 years, which is probably not that much for most people who've probably been going through this for a lot longer, 2.5 years for me is more than enough, and I would just do anything to get rid of this. Now I'm on the low FODMAP diet, and I started eating meat as well again, which I hadn't eaten meat for 2 years. I actually got SIBO 6 months before I quit meat, so I knew it wasn't a meat thing. But I've started back on red meat, and red meat has like really made a massive difference. As soon as I started eating red meat, probably about 5, 6 days into eating food again, that's when I started to notice quite a big difference. I instantly actually felt more like me again, and I started producing normal stools, like normal stools. Probably not much, that doesn't mean anything to anyone, but to me that is huge. Like, now I can actually, like, I'm actually pooing properly, and probably about 3 times a day, which is massive for me. So surprisingly, that's made a big difference, but we'll see how that goes on. So what I'm going to do now is I'll keep monitoring my progress, and I'll probably create another video, definitely another blog post, about whether the elemental diet actually cured my SIBO. So don't know if it has done or what, but it'll be interesting to see what the results are. Hope you enjoyed my video diary of the elemental diet. Hopefully it was a bit of an insight into what to expect from it. I know everyone's very different and people react very differently to everything, but that's just my personal experience on it, and I thought if you could, or someone could, see what it's like to go through this diet, especially as I did it for 26 days in the end, then hopefully that might be of use to you. And I'm really glad that I continued it on for 26 days. Personally, I would have continued it on probably for another month if I could have, because I think once you start going down that route, starting the elemental diet, to me there's no turning back. And I think if you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it properly. And for me, after 14 days, though I didn't see any progress at all, and I'm really glad I had enough of the formula to continue on for another 12 days, because in that time, that's when I really started to see a big difference. And I'm incredibly pleased that I just listened to my gut, literally, and thought, yeah, I've got to continue it on. So I know it's really overwhelming and really bearing to think no food whatsoever for 26 days, but to be honest, after about 6 days or so, your brain switches off from wanting food anyway. Like, I had no problem whatsoever not eating food at all, like especially towards like the second half. It didn't bother me in the slightest. I was so used to the routine. And a really good point to it is, like, even though it cost me 670 Aussie dollars, you actually find that you save a lot of money, because there's no eating out, there's no meeting up with friends, there's no buying extra food from the shop, no buying lunch, none of that, because you can't. So I found that I actually saved money by doing the elemental diet in the end. And also you end up having loads more time on your hands. I didn't need to worry about getting up early in the mornings to make all my food to take to work, because I knew I couldn't eat any of the food at work, or getting home from work and then spending an hour cooking at night. Like, I just had all this extra time on my hands, which is great. So just think, there are some good points about doing the elemental diet. Didn't even taste that bad at all. Like, I didn't really see what the big deal was. It was completely fine. Obviously when you're drinking the same drink like 1,000 times, it's not the most pleasant experience, but it definitely didn't make me want to spew. And that's all we want to know, really, isn't it? Is it going to make us want to vom all day long? And it didn't. So yeah, let me know if you've done the elemental diet and how it worked for you, and if it did or didn't work for you. I really want to know. I really want to be able to connect with more people who are going through the same as me, because there's nothing worse than feeling like you're on your own with this, because it is horrendous. Like, I have felt so lonely. I felt incredibly trapped in my own body. I felt like I was in a prison in my own body, which is a really weird thing to say, and you'll probably understand it if you're going through this, but that's exactly how I felt. And it's very early days since I've come off the elemental diet, and I'm preparing myself for my stomach to completely blow up again. But for now, I feel a billion times better, and I'm 100% happy that I went ahead and did this diet. So best of luck if you're going to do it, and I'll be thinking of you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.